If I was a man, I would also be pissed about women's unique connection to the moon.
This video is actually highly inaccurate and actually has a lot more to do with the Wiccan gender binary. You may be surprised. Because Wicca has this strong gender binary, it's not polytheist so much as it is like duotheist, because they believe in a god and a goddess, right? And these god and goddess are universal archetypes. From my research, I understand that archetypes tend to be a lot more complex than that, and some actually don't have either gender, or they will have more than one gender. For example, Kuan Yin in Buddhism, in China specifically, started out male as a male deity coming from India and eventually became female. So technically, Kuan Yin is actually a trans goddess. In Egypt, Ra, who is consistently referred to with he, him pronouns, is actually all genders. As the demiurge creator of all the things, they are all genders encompassed into one. And their moon gods are Thoth and Khonsu. You may even be familiar with Khonshu, the MCU version of this god, whose head they get massively wrong, as it should be a falcon, not a corvid. And then in the Norse, you have Mani, who is the moon god, and then you have Sol, who is the sun goddess. It is also theorized that Ostara may be a goddess of the dawn. That's what I've come to with my research. It's not concrete research, but that is what I have surmised through my research. And then in the Mediterranean, that is where you get fem moon, mask sun, right? You have Artemis and Apollo. Artemis being the moon goddess, Apollo being the sun god. But you see, it's not universally mask and fem, right? That binary is not how the ancient people saw the world. Unfortunately, that gender binary has been pushed massively because of the popularity of Wicca, but if you actually know much about Wicca, it is full of unsighted gnosis. They tend not to cite the feelings, thoughts, and specific practices they have and state them as fact. Unfortunately, it is very ahistorical. If you're Wiccan, nothing wrong with that. Just cite your gnosis. The real thing that decides the gender perception of a deity associated with a celestial body is just the culture. In the Mediterranean, it's super hot, therefore the sun is mask because it's harsh. In the Norse, it's cold, therefore the sun is nourishing, it is patient, it is kind, it is femme. The moon in both Egypt and the Norse is also a guide of wanderers and travelers because of the light. All of that has to do more so with the perception of the people, not an actual gender assigned to any celestial body. Skull.
I'm sure there's a man drinking fucking ayahuasca right now who will tell me I'm wrong. Don't care.